DJI Action Pro Camera 5. I cannot do live stream videos for YouTube, but I do got another video that I just uploaded that's uploading on from that camera onto YouTube here. So it is me talking about my experience meeting Ari Lehman and Sean S. Cunningham at Nightmare Week in Chicago. But with further to do, I'm going to get this bottle of water going. We're going to talk. It might be maybe about an hour. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe 45 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. What I want to talk about with Nightmare Weekend, it's the first time that GalaxyCon has had this convention here in Chicago, and they are coming back next May of 2026, which I'm really excited about. After I met Sean and Ari, I decided to do the vendors. The vendors are the next best thing with these conventions. Like I said, I could have met Lena Liberato, but I decided to pass on her. But I mean, she was just stunning in person, just to see, how she was interacting with her fans and stuff like that. Amazing. And Dermot Mulroney, who was in that film as well, playing Wayne Bailey, was very, very interactive with the fans from what I've seen. So. It's awesome seeing these guys in person. But I want to talk about the stuff that I picked up. I picked up three things. One is a real small item, and this was, believe it or not, for $10. This was at I got his card here, Tony Santiago's art, and this is a metal bookmark, guys. And this is, Haley Atwell as Captain Carter. You know her as Peggy Carter from the Captain America movie, or Captain America movies. But this is her as Captain Carter. Very, very cool. I'm not going to use this as a bookmark, but what I'm going to use it for is a display piece, because, I'd love to display this room. As you guys can see in the background, I got a lot of good stuff in the background here. So that is really, really great. I'm going to go and switch the lighting just a little bit here on this thing. Yeah, there we are. That's pretty good. Looks pretty good from the view here. But yeah, that was really cool. $10, and I did a little bit of a video at his table with the awesome art piece that was like a collage of. It was a collage of the John Hughes films, which was Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and then you had 16 Candles, which was a good one. And you can see the 16 Candles and Breakfast Club poster in the background back there. Yes, good stuff. But yeah, this is definitely really, really cool. They had their own store there. Nightmare Weekend had their own store there. And I'm going to tell you right now, these next two items, I was floored. Me and my brother went into the store. It was on the same floor as the dealers. They were all, or the vendors. It was, in an area with the rest of the vendors and stuff. And we're looking around, and at the top of the shelf, it says $5 Funkos, right? And my brother looks at the cashier, and she says, yeah, those are $5. And what about the comic covers? These things were $5. Could you believe it? I got this one, Dark Phoenix. As a matter of fact, I'll put these on the table since you can't really see them. And then I got Black Panther. I got one other one which I bought off of the Funko website a couple months back, the Thor. These actually run for around 25 to almost $30 a piece. Okay, I got these for $5 each, so the grand total came up to 11. 5 for this one, 5 for that one, just to make it a little bit more simpler for what I'm talking about. I could not believe it when we found out that they were. I looked at the woman from the distance where I was standing at, where the shelves that we're using on, and I was like, $5 for these? And I'm like, this was a steal. This was a steal. And I love the comic covers, because these are, I own 3 of them now, since I got these 2 now. But, the cool thing about these things is you get the Funko Pop. It's not the actual comic. You just get like a one sheet in there of the comic cover, and then it's already in a hard plastic sealed case, which I think is really, really cool. That's a real awesome idea what they did with these. But for $5, man, uh, my brother got a Batman one. He got a Doc Brown actual Funko Pop, and then we told my friend that was with us. He went in there. He got a whole bunch of stuff. He got a Spock comic cover Funko Pop like this. Very very cool stuff. You know, I mean, you look at the stuff and you think, man, I'm wondering if it was like a one-time deal since this was Nightmare Weekend's first time having their convention in Chicago, which it's now more likely that they're going to be a mainstay because they're coming back next May of 2026, which I'm ready, pumped up, ready, can't wait to see what the guests will have back when they come back next May. But I mean, these things, guys, are great. I'm a, you know, I mean, this channel, you know, I talk about a lot about horror stuff, and you know, I love the Marvel stuff as well. I mean, this is really cool. I know, you know, I was just looking right here. I mean, there's a little bit of a scuff right here, but I mean, that's nothing, man. I mean, that really is nothing. I mean, you're gonna get that if you have them for a price like this. People are gonna be flinging right through them and stuff like that. But I mean, these things are protected in this plastic covering, which I think is really, really cool. So, I didn't realize, but this one didn't have the plastic saran wrap on it. But yeah, but still good shape, good stuff. Uh, you know, I look at it and I'm thinking, man, these things are collectible items. They are so much, you know, collectibles. Uh, you know, I know some people don't like horror. Some people don't like superhero films. I can see, you know, people are getting drained with it. I asked my buddy if he was going to go see Thunderbolts this weekend, and he says, no, he's not really interested. And I asked him about the Superman movie that's coming out in July. He says, I don't know about that one, he says. I'm hoping to go see Thunderbolts next weekend. I'm hoping. I don't know if I'm going to, because I heard that I saw that the weather for the forecast is supposed to be real nice next weekend. So I'm going to be doing some kayaking. Yeah, I don't know. I might try to see. You know, I don't know what my schedule's going to be like tomorrow yet. Maybe, you know, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'll figure out a schedule when I'm going to go see Thunderbolts or not. But yeah, I mean, these things are really, really, really cool. I'm really, really super excited about it. But yeah, that's. I mean, these man. Something that's like 20 to 25 to $30 value ends up being $5 a piece. You cannot beat that. That is crazy, isn't it? Woohoo! You know, I got two of them, and they only all together the grand total was $11, guys. But yeah, these things are great, great things, man. Really, you know, this entertainment room that I got here is really coming to life. It already is alive already with all its different variety. It's not just one thing. It's, you know, different variety of things: horror, video games, movies, superheroes, all that stuff. You got to have all that in here because this is what I love doing. But with further ado, since, you know, Nightmare Weekend, Chicago, great stuff. Friday night, went there. It was not bad at all. The lines for the celebrities were decent. You didn't have to wait long. Like I mentioned in the previous video that's uploading, I think I mentioned that my buddy met William Shatner, and if not, well, I'll just talk about it. William Shatner. When he met William Shatner, it was really, really quick. We get in there, and he goes right up the escalators at the Donnelly Stephens Convention Center, and me and my brother couldn't keep up with him, and he was moving so fast. I've never seen him move that fast before, because he had asked on Nightmare Weekend's Facebook page, what are the chances of meeting him if I come in here late? Well, they told him to go ahead and once you get here, get your tickets and stuff scanned, go up there right away and get in line, and it's what he did. And I've never seen him move that fast. That was the fastest I've ever seen him move, you know. But yeah, I mean, Ari and Sean Cunningham too. Again, you know, I mean, their lines were not bad at all. I mean, it was really good stuff. But yeah, I mean, they had a wrestling ring in there. They had cosplay wrestling, which was really fun. Me and my brother went to go to that. We heard the mat. We heard them when they were slamming somebody on the mat. And so, oh, the wrestling started, you know. So we go over there, and it's a wrestler dressed up as Michael Myers, and then the other one was dressed up as John Carver from Thanksgiving, which I've never seen the Thanksgiving movie, but maybe I might have to check it out sometime. I don't know. As long as it's not super gory, I mean, I'm okay. As long as it's not like Terrifier gore, I mean, I'm okay. But yeah, it was fun. We had a blast, and you know, uh, my brother has never been into the down in the East Stevens Convention Center, and I told him if you go here for like Fan Expo, every inch of this building is going to be used. I mean, you're not just going to have you're not just going to have, oh, the convention is only up at the top floor like Nightmare Weekend was. Nightmare Weekend was only on the top floor, but you go to Fan Expo Chicago, it's going to be all over that building, top and bottom both. So that's something, if you not a big fan of crowds, and you go to horror conventions versus a Comic Con, just to let you know, comic conventions are way bigger than horror conventions, and I couldn't imagine how busy it was today, or what's going on right now up there at Nightmare Weekend, how busy it actually is. But it was on one. It was all on one floor, which was the upper deck floor, the top floor. We had used escalators to get up there, and it was a blast. And there was a guy that's a big Friday the 13th fan. I think he owns his own consignment company or whatever, but he has this canoe, and he has everybody from Friday the 13th that has signed it. I don't know how many signatures are on there, but he was particularly there for Sean and Ari. So, and the cool thing, when I got my lanyard, picked up my lanyard, the guy that was scanning my ticket, the QR code, real nice. He asked me, who are you here to meet? And I says, Sean Cunningham and Ari Lehman. And he says, oh, yeah, I should know them because of my shirt. And he was like, I just saw Ari on the floor, man. He's walking around here somewhere, It's like that. I mean, it was a blast. The people were nice. I mean, people that, I didn't really have, there really wasn't an issue. One thing I did forget, hey, Ace, I hope everything is going great for you. I didn't forget about you, but I've been just sitting here talking about Nightmare Weekend. After I met Ari Lehman, I had so much of a thrill time. And you'll notice that in the video. You'll notice that in the very first video about my experience. I was halfway out of the area where where their section was at, where their tables were at. The volunteer for Ari comes running up to me. Hey, you forgot your poster. And I looked at my smile and said, thank you so much. I mean, I was so caught up in the moment. I was caught up in the moment because, the first Friday the 13th, I mean, this is, huge because this is the one that started it all. And I know I've said the comment about, you're not a true Friday the 13th fan if you don't watch the original, if you skip over to the original, and go straight into two. You got to watch the first one because it's how it all started, I don't understand, why some fans are like that. Oh, it's not Jason or it's so slow enough. But that's the build up about the first one. That's what the great thing about the first one is that it's like a whodunit, it's really, really great stuff. But yeah, I would say really, really good stuff. I'll be honest with you, some really, really good stuff. So yeah, it's I mean, what more can you ask for a good convention? I mean, you had wrestling going on there. You had people getting tattoos there. You had, I was surprised they had like an adult, some type of an adult section that was all curtained off or whatever it was. That was for all you guys that like to go in there. I don't know what was in there, but I don't need to go in there. I mean, I look at it this way. It's just, they had a little bit of everything for everybody, it seemed like. But yeah, it was. They had my buddy had met somebody. It was at one of the vendors that worked with Ed and Lorraine Warren. The legendary Ed and Lorraine Warren, the paranormal. I think the paranormal investigators. I believe they did like the movies. I mean, they were based on The Conjuring. Their stories and stuff like that, and then I guess they did the Amityville House, the haunting of that, or the paranormal haunting, or whatever the heck it was with that one. The guy signed the book, and then my brother says, "Hey, where'd you get that book at?" And my friend tells him, "It's right around the corner over here." and he was telling us the story that the guy said, yeah, he worked underneath Ed and Lorraine. I think that's who they are, Ed and Lorraine Warren. I think. If I'm getting their names mixed up, please let me know. But yeah, he autographed the book. The book was like $35. So that's pretty good stuff. If you're into that stuff too, I mean, I like history. I got my Crystal Lake Memories book right here. I mean, there was a guy that had his Crystal Lake Memories book autographed, and he had Sean Cunningham autograph it and stuff, which I thought was really really cool. And I guess there was like a documentary DVD that the volunteer at Sean's table that pulled out from underneath the tables where he was signing at, and it was called The Nurse with the Purple Hair, which the volunteer had purple hair. It was a female. And I did some research on it. It's a documentary that Sean Cunningham did on hospice care. And I put two and two together. She has to be a nurse then. And I thought that was really cool. I mean, I thought that was really cool. So, yeah, of course, it's like, when you go to these things, you want to have a good time, and you want to have a good time. You want to have a good time, with guests and stuff. And they did have like rules there too, like, respect people's privacy if they don't want to be filmed. So I had the DJI Action Pro Cam, or the Action Pro Cam 5 with me. I didn't really. I filmed some stuff, but my brother filmed stuff like when we were at the tables for the guests and stuff like that. But I filmed like around when we were walking around the vendors, some of it, stuff like that, which was pretty cool. I did get a little bit of the wrestling caught on film. I got an 18-minute video. I'm just gonna try to upload. It'll probably be a while before I do that. But we're sitting all in the back, and of course with that camera, it's so hard to zoom in because of the tech features on it. I'm still getting used to the features on it and stuff too. But the funny thing was, and I'll tell you the same story with the cameras. I mentioned it in the video that I got previously uploaded with my experience with Sean and Ari. But when we were taking pictures, or when my brother was taking pictures with me and Sean Cunningham, Sean looks at it and he couldn't believe that. Man, what kind of camera is this? It's an Action Pro 5 camera, and he's never seen anything like it. He's like, man, the technology today is unbelievable, or something like what he had said. And he was just, amazed. Of course, he was, him being a director, I mean, he knows all about that kind of stuff. But he even said too, about stuff that's like the software and stuff that the stuff can have on it, which is just blows you out of the water. Some of the stuff that they had compared to what he was using back in the day. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. I mean, Chicago is now going to have 3 horror conventions, so that's going to be cool. I'm pumped up and excited. And we got 2 Comic Cons too. We got C2E2 and Fan Expo. So basically, we got 5 conventions in Chicago, and we go to 3 out of the 5 anyway. I usually, the other set of friends, they do the comic conventions. I'll go with them every once in a while with that. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. If you haven't been to any conventions, or if you got conventions like this in your town and you've never gone, definitely go, because that is the way to go. We only go one day, and it's usually on a Friday because it's a little bit less busier. I was going to try years ago to do the 3-day weekend the 3-day weekend for it, the whole weekend, and you run yourself down in the ground with money left and right with the price of the hotel room, the food you have to get, the autographs, and basically you see everything all in one day anyway, unless you want to do like the after stuff, after party. But here's the thing is, I'm not going to show this. This is a little inappropriate. We had 2 women, and they looked pretty well, and I knew, with the way they were dressed. After party, free admission to the hottest after hours party in Chicago, and this was not being held at the Donnelly Stephens Convention Center, and it's at Marble Theater. And I'm not going to show you the back end of it because it's got a woman on it, basically pretty much practically naked, and holding her her boobs and stuff out like that, and it's crazy, But you have to be 18 plus, totally nude. Open 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. Tuesday and Sunday. 3940 West Lawrence Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. And they got a website. I don't know, man. I'm not going to check that out. I could probably check it out, but I don't know what type of information you need to give me on that one. But yeah, it was funny. They came up to me and my brother when we were walking through the vendors and stuff, and they were passing them out even to the vendors, and I'm like, whoa, man. But I mean, they'll get people coming in there, and I mean, they'll pass out cards and stuff like that. And that's another thing. Um, the vendors were pretty cool. I mean, he had some ones that had some decent prices, like what I said with the Nightmare Weekend store with those pop cover Funko Pops for $5 each. Normally they're like $25 to $30. It's insane what a deal that was on those. I don't think I'll ever get a deal like that ever again, but I mean, it was pretty cool. I don't know, say this, I mean, like I said, this was presented by GalaxyCon, so their program guide, you can tell it's well put together, it's stapled, it's like a booklet, or actually is a booklet. So, definitely some great stuff. The lanyard, too, which I'll show you right here. That's what we had to wear to get in. We didn't have to have the paper bracelet with the sticky thing to hold it on, which I thought was really cool with these right here. But further ado, I know I was going to mention about talking about Shopping Mall. I think with Shopping Mall, I think what we can talk about right now would be, it's a fun movie. I enjoy it. When I first saw the poster start, I was wondering what the hell it was going to be about. Watched it for free on YouTube. It's got Russell Todd for Friday 13 Part 2. It's got Barbara Crampton. Barbara Crampton, I'm going to be meeting this August. Just keep my fingers crossed that she doesn't cancel out of Flashback Weekend. And then Kelly Maroney from Night of the Comet is in it as well. And you got Tony O'Dell. He was also in Karate Kid 1. Just some really, really fun stuff. Killer robots that basically, a lightning comes down and does something with the programming of the robots, and they go haywire and they start going on a killing spree, basically. So that's what that movie is about. It's great fun. It's got its funny moments. Dick Miller has got a cameo in it. He is the king of cameos. Great fun stuff. I liked his cameo in The Howling. That's another one that I'm really excited for August because Dee Wallace, the star of it, and then Joe Dante, the director of that film, will be at Flashback Weekend, so I'm really, really super excited for that. And then, of course, Barbara Crampton is going to be there as well, so that's going to be a real treat. And then I don't know if I'll meet a fourth person there. We'll have to wait and see because half of the cast are half of the celebrities there are freaking Terrifier, and we were just talking about that. And I'm not trying to bash anybody that's a Terrifier fan. That movie is not for me. But why in the hell does the Terrifier cast have to be at almost every single convention? I mean, it's been going on for like the last 2 to 3 years. They're at every single convention I've gone to here in Chicago, and I'm like, this is insane. I don't think that they're going to be at Chicago Days of the Dead in March. But, I'm not really a big fan of the super gory stuff, and that is super gory. But, with further ado, but they do have, for Nightmare Week in Chicago, they do have, in November, they are having a 40th anniversary of Return of the Living Dead. Plus, they have Kelly Hu coming, so it's going to be a tough decision. I do got, a decision to make which ones I want to meet, but Kelly Hu is definitely is one of the ones I want to meet. I don't know if I'm going to meet the entire cast from Return of the Living Dead. We'll have to wait and see. Hey, Horror, yeah, there's going to be one I'm going to in UK and getting everywhere. Yeah, they got a couple of them in the UK. They got, I think, Comic Cons. They got like a horror convention out there in the United Kingdom where you're at? I mean, I know that I think there's one coming up. It's like a comic convention, London Comic Con or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's kind of good that they have those going overseas like that over there for you guys to actually uh, do them. I don't know how long you've been in the live stream, but Liana Liberato and Dermot Maroney were there for Nightmare Weekend. They're all weekend, and I had an opportunity to meet her, but then I passed on it because I just didn't want to you can blow a ton of money. But Ari and Sean Cunningham were the main two I wanted to meet. I could have met her, but next time around, I got her 8x10 right here. I'll show it again here from Dark Parlor Originals when she did the private signing with them. So, and she looked stunning in person, believe me, man. I mean, she's one of two of the youngest celebrities that they had there. Jake Dylan Grazer from the remake of the It remake and Shazam, he was there too. So yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it was a good time. I mean, nobody had. It didn't seem like none of the celebrities were, on edge. One I'm going to is called The Level Whore, which is Skeet Ulrich. Is going to be there. Oh yeah, you're going to meet him. My buddy that was with me last night met him at Flashback Weekend almost about a year and a half ago. Definitely really cool. He also met Rose McGowan, Jamie Kennedy, and of course Lee Waddell was there. He didn't meet Lee Waddell. I told him he should have met him. That's the original Ghostface. That year I met Jamie Kennedy. The experience with him was kind of weird. He didn't seem himself. I don't know if he was just jet lagged or just very, very tired of, with the flight. But on my poster, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you the poster really quick since I'm right over here. I got all my Scream stuff over here on this wall. I'm going to climb up here on this couch thing and get it. Now, you talk about two autographs. I got two autographs from Sean Cunningham on that Friday poster. I got two autographs from Jamie Kennedy for the price of one, Sean Cunningham didn't charge me extra for his second autograph either. But Jamie was signing already, and I asked him, "Hey, can I get a quote?" And he looks, he already signed Everybody's a Suspect. And he looks at me and says, "I didn't know you wanted a quote." And I wanted the quote where when they're all sitting at the fountain in downtown Woodsboro, that is. And he says, "Is that before or after? Was that before or after he sliced and diced?" And it's right here. This is what he put first, and then that's what I wanted on there, and it looks so cool. I could have done a private signing with Nev from Dark Parlor or Marathon Authentics, but I knew I was going to this convention in a couple of weeks with Nightmare Weekend, and I decided, not to, because I'll eventually pick up whatever they have. It really is awesome. I'll definitely pick up like an 8x10 of her, because the 8x10 I would have picked up would have been the one from Scream 4 when she's in the kitchen with the knife, and then she's kind of looking in like in a room or something like that, and she's like basically facing us. That scene was pretty cool. I would love to meet her in person, because I'm just trying to think which one I would want her to sign. And my favorite sequel is Scream. My favorite Scream films, all in order, are the first one, of course. That's the original. It's the best one. My favorite sequel is 2. Then we go from 2 to 4 to 3 to... Now, I said 5 was better than 6, and I was talking to my buddy last night about it, and he liked 6 because the motive was better, but it was a carbon copy of Scream 2's motive, a revenge story, But it was just, there wasn't really enough. The kills in Scream 6 was very, very different from Scream 5. Like, which ones did you have that were closer to the core 4? I mean, you had... You wouldn't call Jason and Greg close to them. I know Jason knew Tara, because we obviously saw that when after Jason kills off Samara Weaving Scarecrow, which was the professor. He bumps into Tara, or Tara bumps into him, or they bump into each other, and it's like, yeah. The psychiatrist for Sam, that was a kill. The only kill that was really close to the core 4 was Annika's. That was it. Gale was pretty much, that was a close call. And the thing that still to this day gets me very upset about Scream 6 is that they said that Gale was going to have a big role in that film, and it never happened. Uh, on a positive note, I did like that we did get Kirby. That was another positive thing about that. I know, I think Craven Something Scary did mention something about he didn't like the way Kirby was represented. Now, when she was introduced in the film, I thought that was kind of funny. And here she is at a desk. She's got her feet crossed. She's got her feet crossed like this on the desk like that. I thought it was very funny how they introduced her. That was a little weird. I know some people might think that was a little weird, but I thought it was really cool. You know, maybe if we could, maybe, you know, once this Scream 7, you know, comes out, we're going to get Scream 8, maybe the return of Kirby. That'd be great. I'd love to see Kirby back. She was one of the best things, her and Judy Hicks were the best things about Scream 4, and I did like Gale in that a lot. Gale was really good in that too. I hope we're going to get the badass Gale in this one that's coming up, because I'm just waiting for it. I want the badass Gale. I want the Gale from Scream 1 and Scream 2. I want that badass, ass-kicking, doesn't give a shit Gale. I want that, you know. I want that type of Gale, whether it's in the new Scream film. You know, they say that Sidney's going to be vulnerable in this one, so it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen. You know, some people are, you know, hey, we don't want Stu alive, and there's people there that they want him alive. I don't know why in the hell that they went with the idea of letting, you know, leaking out Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard in it, because when we got to Scream 5, nobody knew that Skeet Ulrich was in the film. I didn't know when I went to go see it, and I saw him pop up in the mirror scene with Sam. I was like, oh man, it was crazy. I mean, didn't even see that coming. You know how much of a shock value, guys, that would have been if they would have not told us about Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard returning? Do you know how much of a shock value that would be in theater? That was a surprise. I'm still thinking that there's going to be a surprise in the new Scream film, and it's going to come in the third act. You know, maybe we're going to get it revealed that, yeah, we're going to have Stu Macher in flashbacks, but maybe we're going to get a reveal in the third act that he's actually alive. You know, who knows? We're going to wait and see. It's all up in hands. Now we got Marco Beltrami back. We are going to have a true Wes Craven type Scream this time around. I have a funny feeling that's what it's going to be. But yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting. You know, when it comes to doing, you know, like videos and stuff like this, you know, convention talk, movie talk, and stuff like this, it's a lot of fun doing them. It really is. I mean, some people out there, you know, oh, I can never make video. I can't get in front of the camera. I don't know if you guys saw the video I uploaded earlier from last night. I had my buddy on camera of filming, you know, him walking, and, you know, that face that he made. He's like, what the hell, you know? But yeah, I got him. And this device right here looks really good, guys. I mean, I was actually walking with it like this in my hand. Like that. And just walking. So I was walking like that. So, and you can film. It's a gooseneck. That's what that is. Really, really great stuff. Really fun, flexible. I'd buy another one of these sometime down the road. And these things, you know, you can clip them on to stuff. You can actually hold on to them too. Very, very good. Very, very good. And I wasn't sure if I was going to take the Action Pro Cam, but I decided to do it because everything is shot on 4K anyway in that, and that is so awesome. Because if you look at the difference from this live stream or the videos I shoot on that camera, you're going to tell a big difference with the picture quality, and it's obvious. It looks great, sounds great, everything. So, you know, it's like, you know, one of those things is that, you know, I wanted something a little bit better quality because I like to go out and do the kayaking and stuff too. So, and it is waterproof. So, actually, tell you what, we'll talk about it for a little bit here. We'll talk about this thing. So I got it already mounted on this. This is how I film it. I just put it on the table here, okay? But this thing here, it's a protecting case that's around it. You can put this still in water. It can go 20 feet. But you can buy a waterproof case and put on it, and it can go up to 60 feet in 60 feet of water. And it's got a depth meter on it, which I haven't checked out yet. Maybe sometime down the road, I'll check that out sometime down the road. But yeah, I mean, this is some good stuff. It's really, it's got 3 different lens modes right there. You can see it right there, the writing and stuff. Of course, you can see me when I film. You can see me right here. And here's the big screen. Really, really small too, man. It's really, really cool. So you have to have the app, the DJI Mimo app, to download it on your phone or your tablet, and then you can upload them or download them from there, and then you can upload them on, like, you know, YouTube here or Facebook and stuff like that, which is really, really, really cool. So this thing here, definitely I'm going to be bringing this to Flashback Weekend this August when I meet Joe Dante, Dee Wallace, and Barbara Crampton. So I'm really super stoked about that. What type of cameras do you guys use when you guys film your YouTube videos or your YouTube, videos? I'm pretty sure that you guys use like your laptops to do your YouTube live streams and stuff like that. But what type of cameras do you use when you film your videos? That'd be a good question to ask you guys. Because this thing here was expensive. Probably the most expensive camera I own right now. This was actually a little bit lesser than the new GoPro. I think GoPro Hero 13 was like $400. This was $371. So that's what the price is for this thing. Not too bad, but you know, of course, you save up a little by little. I mean, you build up, you save little by little, little by little to get it. I mean, I didn't take out the whole entire amount to get this thing, but you know, I mean, you can stock away 20s, and stuff like that. It's definitely a good investment. You know, I will be taking this out on the kayak, hopefully next weekend, and you know, I still got to master it, seeing how I can get into a zooming better picture up close. But the picture quality is amazing, as you guys can tell by some of the videos. Like when I was at Tony Santiago's art table, you know, with the art print of Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That was crystal clear. I mean, everything was crystal clear on it. I'm amazed. You know, it's, you know, from, you know, doing regular videos with this phone that I got right now versus, you know, filming something with it like this. Definitely a big, huge difference with something like this, man. I'm telling you, definitely some really cool stuff. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys? I mean, if you guys are in a chat, if you guys want to, you know, text me something right here, we can talk about a little bit about it. But what do you guys actually film with? Do you guys just film with your phone, or do you guys have a camera that you film, do your videos on? Be nice to know. But yeah, I mean, I'm all dressed up. It's unusual, and I know it's probably unusual for most of you guys. Hey, he's always in a t-shirt and stuff when he's filming. Now he's dressed up. I did it for the heck of it, man. Hey, you know, it's Saturday. Do something different. It's a double-breasted blazer, green. Green's my favorite color, and I decided to come out here and do it, man. Look professional. You know, it's great. Great stuff. That's what that's what I do. You know, I mean, I used to be camera shy. Can you believe that? Come a long way. Come a long way from it. So, yeah, I'll show you, yeah, I did show you guys this in the beginning. I showed you guys that already. That's a bookmark made out of metal. So it's like Captain Carter, England's finest. Right there. Captain America fame, Haley Atwell. Can't go wrong for I love the English accent. Love the English accent. I can sit here and listen to English women all day or English actresses all day, and I love her voice when she speaks it, man. It is just relaxing. That accent, to me it is. But yeah, I don't know if you guys hear it. My neighbor's got his son's outside. He's got a basketball hoop right next door to me, and I can hear him playing basketball and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't got that much else going on tonight. I know I may live stream a game tonight. I'm not really sure, or else I can sit here and do read more about Freddy vs. Jason, which I am in Freddy vs. Jason and the Crystal Lake Memories book. Of course, I got my tablet here. I usually bring this at work. Near the end of my shift, I'll get on Fandango, which was called Voodoo, and watch a movie. Probably going to finish up Friday the 13th, 1980 on that. Screamcast. What was that, Andrew? I didn't get a chance to see it because when I'm doing live streams on here, it fades out. So I hope you're doing okay, and I hope you're having a blast. I mean, it was fun that Nightmare Weekend, guy. If I may ask, Andrew, what state are you from, or what country are you from? That'd be neat to know. Saw you, met the first Jason. I'm jealous. Yeah, it was fun. Been cooking, unable to write. Yeah, I've been cooking. Yeah, I've been busy too, man. I got up this morning. I mowed my lawn. It looked like it was going to rain. Got that done. Weed whacked, and I blew off my driveway. Tennessee. Oh, I've never been to Tennessee. I knew somebody that was, I think, a college professor at the community college right down the road from me. That it was Tennessee. You guys got Tennesseans. I think somewhat got like a little bit of an accent as well. But yeah, I mean I can't remember what the hell I was even talking about now. I mean, I don't remember. I'm so into the talking. But yeah, it's been a blast this weekend. It really has. I did talk about, I don't know if you guys missed it, I did talk a little bit briefly about Chopping Mall. I don't know what else I really can talk about that film. Live stream commentaries, I think I might bring those back maybe sometime down the road. I'll have to wait and see. Because I know the one movie I would love to try to do a live stream commentary of would be Chopping Mall itself. When it comes to doing live stream commentaries, I just film, and I talk about the film solely by myself because I don't got StreamYard, and I heard you have to pay on StreamYard, and I'm not going to pay extra for StreamYard, but it's one of those things that, if I can read your comments from on my screen here, on my phone, it'd be great. Kelly Maroney is my horror queen crush. Yeah, she was, I liked her, man. She was pretty good, I liked her as well. If I had to say who my favorite, I don't know who my favorite horror scream queen crush would be. I would have to stop and think about that for sure. But Friday the 13th is so unique with the Final Girls because all the Final Girls have only been in one film. Alice was killed off in the second. She came back for the second one, but she got killed off in the beginning. But everybody wants. Let's talk a little about the Friday the 13th girls, the Final Girls. Okay. Everybody has their favorites. Ginny is obviously the favorite. She's my number one favorite, along with Chris. And then, of course, we got Alice. I was just thinking about that, Alice. And, nobody gives Rennie Wickman a lot of love. Or any. They say that she's the most terrible Final Girl. You know who Rennie Wickman is. She's the final girl in Jason Takes Manhattan. So... did you guys see the the cover to this video for when I was at Nightmare Weekend? The cover for this live stream. That Friday the 13th Part 8 Jason Takes Manhattan door poster is an original. My brother asked the guy that ran his little shop there, and he had said, "You remember her in Home Improvement?" Yeah, I remember her in Home Improvement. Both Amy Steele and Jensen Daggett were both in that. They were really that was really cool. I thought it was really amazing because I thought they were actually fully retired at that point. Because I know Jensen Daggett. She was in Major League Back to the Minors, and that came out in 1998. But when I saw both of them in their individual episodes, I was like, "Wow, they still act a little bit, Now going back to that Friday 13th Part 8 original door poster, that is an original because my brother went and asked the owner if that was up for sale, and the owner said, "Yeah, it's an original, and it's for $300." So I took a snapshot of that, and I'm thinking, I got to take a snapshot of that because I'm not gonna buy something like that for $300 when I can take a snapshot of it, and pictures last a lifetime. So that's what I did. I know the lighting in there. You got like a little bit of a blur of the light at the top of the poster, but still you can see Jason. That's the scene where Jason's right there in actual New York at Times Square. It was the scene where Rennie and Sean enter downtown Times Square, and Rennie sees him first. Sean doesn't, and she pulls on Sean, and Sean sees him, and they just the look on their face is like, man, how can you? What is it going to take to stop this guy? And Jason is basically indestructible because and I think he just became more stronger when he got electrocuted by the railroad tracks. Of course, he was all slimy and wet throughout the entire film. So I'm hoping that NECA we get a Part 8 Ultimate Jason Part 8 figure because there's never been a Jason Part 8 figure ever made. I've seen custom made ones, but not officially license made ones. So that'll be pretty cool to see that happen. Who knows when? Because we already got Mrs. Voorhees coming out, and I already got that thing on pre-order. And man, when it comes to Part 1, I love Part 1. The one that started off. I did not know till you did your 13 Fanboy review. What was that about Friday the 13th? Friday the 13th Part 5? Yeah, I wish I had that feature where I can actually keep the comments up on here, but I can't for some reason. I don't know why. I guess the technology is so different from device to device. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and type that again, that way I can see it. I'm facing the camera now. But yeah, I mean it was fun, and they had the girl in there directed it. Oh yeah. You're talking about Debbie Voorhees. Yeah. She directed it. Yeah, I met her too. I mean, that was something. And a lot of people in that scene where her and I forget, I'm trying to think what her boyfriend's name was. Was in there. Eddie. That scene where her and Eddie, where she's pretty much she's all nude in that scene. Those were her real boobs, and they weren't implants. So, when I met her and we took the picture, she kind of latched on to me, and it was kind of funny because I started to laugh a little bit because her chest was pretty much right up against me, like right here, and I'm like, oh man, this is something, But it's crazy how when you watch these people throughout the years in these films, and then you meet them in person. Some of them are nice, and everybody from Friday are nice. If you want to talk about Tom Savini, we can talk about Tom Savini too. You didn't get two different versions. You're either going to get one version of Tom Savini or the other version. We got the version of him being quiet, not so into his fans. I found it was very hysterical when I met him. I had my Friday the 13th Part 1 T-shirt on from Gutter Garbs, and he smiled at me, didn't say anything, and he signed it, and that was it. But it was kind of impressive how he signed it because he didn't have the whole poster. He signed it at the end where it's right here. And it was funny because I met Sean Cunningham last night. Sean said, "Oh, usually Tom Savini signs like right there on the blade and stuff like that." He was teasing me. He said, "You had to cut that part off where it has Tom Savini down here. You had to cut that off." He was just joking with me and stuff, but yeah, it was you're gonna run into celebrities that are you're not gonna be so nice and stuff like that. I know you gotta watch too. You do have to watch if you're gonna film in there like video blog at a convention. Just watch and try not to film the celebrities at their tables when they're signing. I know Serena Vincent doesn't like being filmed at her table. I did see videos on that on YouTube. And then Lisa Zane, Billy Zane's sister, she was in Freddy's Dead Final Nightmare. She's another one that does not like being filmed at her table at all. So just be a little aware about that. You know, I don't know why that is with both of them, especially Serena Vincent, because you know you're going to be filmed because when you go for your Q&A, you're going to be filmed anyway by the Days of the Dead or the convention staff. That's how it is because it gets uploaded to their Facebook or their social media pages or YouTube. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I just don't get that part why she's like that, but it is what it is. Um, when I met Serena Vincent, I saw her Q&A first, went to her table and told her, I says, I was at your Q&A and I was sitting in the back. She says, you were? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we started talking, and then I mentioned a movie that I've seen with her where she plays like a seductive coworker to the male coworker, and she mentioned it up on stage, and I mentioned it to her. I saw that film. I thought it was really good. He played a real, a real good character in that. And then she got quiet, and after I introduced my stuff, it was like almost like saying, "Go on, get out of here." I got your autograph. Go. I know I didn't say anything wrong. I just mentioned that I seen that movie and stuff like that. Some of them, I think a lot of them, you can tell that some of them are for their fans, and some of them are there just for get their money. But they're getting paid double. They're getting paid from the convention runners, and they're getting paid from the fans for like the autographs or items that the fans bring to sign. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what was up with her at all. But I mean, to me, if I was a celebrity, yeah, man, come on down here, man. It's okay. You can film. You can film me. You can take pictures of me while I'm signing this and talking to you, and you can film and blog me. It don't matter to me. I mean, just come in here and talk, man. I don't care about being on camera. It don't bother me anyway. That's how I'd be if I was a celebrity at one of these things and signing. Yeah, sure, you can film me while I'm talking to you. You can film me while I'm signing your stuff. Yeah, no problem. But there are some celebrities out there that don't like that kind of thing. I don't get it because they're going to be filmed at their Q&As. But that's just how it is. Have you met William? Are you talking about William Shatner? I did meet Tom Atkins. He was really, really nice. I mean, he's kind of hard of hearing, but he is really, really nice to me. Really, really, really fun. My buddy met William Shatner last night. We were surprised that the line wasn't that big for him. Of course, it was Friday, but William Shatner, seeing him in person, 94 years old, in good shape, fought even walking with a walker. That is freaking amazing, man. I mean, even with Sean Cunningham at 82, these guys looked in good condition too to be doing this type of stuff. It just baffles me. I don't know what Shatner did with his whole life growing up, how he took care of his health and stuff. But man, it was amazing. 94 years old, and he's up and walking around like he has no problem walking. But yeah, that was amazing. My buddy met him. I didn't met him. It was 120, I think, for the autograph if he had something on the table, and it was like 150 if you brought your own item or something like that. My buddy paid 150. He didn't get the photo with him because the photo was going to be $100 extra. Sadler, he was the guy arm shot at the gun store. No, I've never met him. I never met William Sadler. I tell you who I do want to meet, though, and it's probably never going to happen, and I know the line would be long, would be Kevin Bacon. Oh, yeah. That was a guy Arnold Schwarzenegger shot. No, I've not met him. I've never met anybody from Terminator. My buddy has met a couple people from Aliens. He's planning on, we got two people for November's Days of the Dead coming in November, which is the girl, the woman. Let me look that up really quick. Who that is? That's coming to Days of the Dead in November. I know it's Tom Skerritt, but he's been known to cancel. So I know he canceled that one convention already. Let me see here. I'm getting on my tablet here, so I can still talk to you guys. I forgot the woman's name. It's the woman with the short hair. Yeah, Tremors would be cool. Did you hear about the Tremors stuff? They might be doing either a series or another movie, and it's going to have Kevin Bacon as Val McGee in it again. That'd be pretty cool. All right, Nightmare. We're going to go ahead to Days of the Dead. All right, let's see here. Days of the Dead. Let's check it out. All right, so you got Tom Skerritt from Alien, and then you have Veronica Cartwright is who my best friend's going to meet. Veronica Cartwright and hopefully Tom Skerritt if Tom Skerritt doesn't cancel out. If you guys know, Tom Skerritt filmed Poltergeist 3 along with Nancy Allen from RoboCop fame right here in Chicago at the Willis Tower, which used to be called the Sears Tower. That was also the landmark of where Chris Farley had passed away too. So it's got some history to it. I mean, we for Chicago's Days of the Dead in November, got the list right here. We got Roger Avery from Killzone, Silent Hill, Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, Phantasm 4, Oblivion, Kelly Hu, which is one I want to meet from Friday the 13th Part 8. She was also in X-Men 2 as Lady Deathstrike, which that's a picture of Lady Deathstrike. You get Chris Finn, formerly of Slipknot. Then you get the Return of the Living Dead reunion, 40th anniversary. You get Ted Raimi, of course, Veronica Cartwright, Robert Ramos from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We're getting Dane Villegro from Prey. He was I think the Predator. Yeah, he was the Predator in Prey. I have not seen that one. Have you guys seen it? Then you get Matthew Helms from Cabin Fever. That was kind of a goofy scene. Carlos Gallardo from Planet Terror, Grindhouse, Desperado. Look at that. So far, nobody's canceled at this convention, so hopefully. You know, I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to look up Flashback Weekend, okay? Flashback Weekend. Chicago's Horror Convention. This was the first horror convention I went to back in 2013. First ever convention I went to. All right, let's look at the guests for 2025 at Flashback Weekend. So we got Flashback Weekend pulling up right there. So we got Robert Englund. I'll never meet him, but my buddy has, and the first time my buddy tried to meet him, they cut off the line and he couldn't meet him, so he tried a second time one year and he got in. It was just close because they had this guy with his family. They had the VIP pass and full of a whole bag of stuff for him to sign, and Robert had to go to a photo op, and people were just getting really angry from what my buddy was telling me. Joe Dante, the director of the Halloween, and as you can see, there's the list of movies that he's done. Gonna meet him. Dee Wallace, definitely gonna meet her. I gotta get my Halloween poster. We got Devin Sawa, Kane Hodder, Adam Green, Jeffrey Combs. They have a little bit of a Reanimator reunion. Barbara Crampton is the other one I'm going to meet for a Chopping Mall. We got Bruce Abbott. Amanda Wyeth, I met her years ago. We got Tuesday Night. Yeah, you can go out and shop. Yeah, I heard about that. You get that's how they're usually doing it now with ordering autographs off their websites too, which I think is really cool. Andrus Jones. And then of course we get Terrifier stuff. There's like 10 cast members from Terrifier coming to this thing, so I'm not too thrilled. Then we got Dead Meat, The Kill Count. These guys were in Scream 5. They were actually on the YouTube thing when Richie's watching the YouTube stuff. You got Damian Leone, I think that's how you say that guy's last name, and David Howard Thornton, Lauren Laveria, and Antonella Rose, Samantha Sakafidi, Elliot Fullman, Margaret Ann Florence, Chrissy Fox, Amelia McLean, Alexia Robertson, Mason McCarty, and see that's half of the roster for Flashback Weekend, which has half the Terrifier, and they were there last year. They were there at Days of the last year as well, I believe, and they're there almost at every convention. You know, it's insane. It really, really is. You guys want to see something really cool? Have you guys ever heard of Dark Parlor Originals? This is an autograph company where you can get autographs from. They do private signings, stuff like that. You're right. You can spend a lot of money at those things. You can. I mean, I walked out with $260 I brought back home last night. And I always bring back a large amount of money because I know what I'm doing when I go to these conventions. There are some people that blow like thousands of dollars at these things and then they don't have any money coming home at all, which is insane. I was telling my coworker when I was bringing him home Friday night, and he says $400, man. That's a lot of. I mean, that's a lot of money, you know. Because I was telling my best friend, you know, kind of, you know, he brought $400, and that was when he met like quite a few of the cast members from the original Scream that were at Flashback Weekend one year. So we did have a Neve Campbell private signing that I didn't do, but they have a whole bunch of stuff. Go on their website. It's Dark Parlor Originals. Really cool stuff. And I'll show you Minton Authentics too. I think that's how you say it. Minton Authentics. Better yet, I'll tell you what. Okay, Minton Authentics. Here we go. Yeah, Minton Authentics. This is another one, Minton Authentics. They have a lot of your Scream stuff. You can go up here, search for pre-orders. Right now, for the autograph pre-orders, they got Shia LaBeouf is going to be doing a private signing with them. And then we got, you know, CSR Collectibles. As a matter of fact, I'll show you something really cool. You can go horror movie autographs. See that? I'm going to click on it. Horror movie autographs. And it gives you pictures of the franchises. And you can click on them. So we're going to go down to... Let's go down to Friday the 13th here. Oh, no. We're going to go down to Scream. That's right. We're going to go down to Scream for all you Scream fanatics or all you Scream maniacs out there, right? We know that if you love Scream, you're a Scream maniac. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? I'm just messing with you. How many autographs would you say you have altogether? I got about almost 60. Almost 60 now. Let me get down here to Scream here. Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream. Oh, here we go. We just passed up Scream. Let's go to Scream 1. So you click on Scream, and here are some of the autographs. Look at that. We got a Ghostface Fun World mask autographed by Sonia Amar for $99.99. I actually got that print of her when she did a private signing for Still Collectibles. But yeah, they got like 27 items or 27 pages here. Look at this one of Dewey. It's pretty cool. and the price is right there, $89.99. Definitely some good stuff. Definitely some good stuff. So uh, you can't go wrong, doing autograph collecting. It's just you got to watch what you spend. Now if you're gonna get something from like a Marvel, from like a somebody from the MCU, you're looking to spend some big time money because I know like I know for Galaxy Con, I know Jeremy Renner is doing a signing. I think his is like over $200 for his autograph. I know the SWAU autograph website. Those are kind of pricey. I know Tom Holland. I think was doing a signing, and his was like up there as well. So yeah, if you go for like the Marvel characters and actors and actresses from the MCU, man, you're looking to spend some big time money on that stuff. And of course, with the autographs, once that person dies, that autograph that you have of that person that had died, the value of it goes up. So I looked at like a Betsy Palmer autograph, and that goes for a hefty price, especially an 8x10 of her from Friday the 13th goes for a big price. Even for Richard Brooker, it goes for a big price. Have you ever been disappointed when meeting someone? Yeah, I've been disappointed. Not at the actress. It was when Danielle Harris came back for the first time doing conventions because she took a break from conventions because she got so sick and tired. From what I heard, she got so sick and tired of doing answering the same Halloween questions over and over again. So she took a break. She came back to Flashback Weekend for the very first convention after she took her break from doing them for a while. I didn't have a problem with her. She had her husband there, and then her friend was sitting at the end of the table with her. She was taking the pictures of the selfies at the table on everybody's device. I asked the husband, I says, "Did you want to pay now?" And this is his response. I'm going to try to demonstrate to you. He was like, "Yeah, like that." I'm like, "Wow, how rude." Then we get up there to where get ready to meet Danielle. The couple in front of me, they were getting a picture with Danielle. Well, Danielle's friend took the picture off their phone, took the snapshot. She took their phone, and I kid you not, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna try to demonstrate it. She took it, tossed it, and it landed and slid it right across the table. And I could not believe what I'm seeing. How ignorant and how disrespectful. Well, I had my Sony CyberShot digital camera. Brought that. Went up there. Didn't have a problem at first. I mean, Danielle was nice. I didn't talk to her anything about Halloween. I did have my Halloween 5 poster whip. We talked about what was it like working with WWE's Kane on See No Evil 2, aka Glenn Jacobs. That's who Kane's real name is. And she said, yeah, he was, real nice, real big guy. And I told her, yeah, I saw him wrestle at WrestleMania 22 in Chicago back in April of 2006. And then when the friend went to go ahead and do the snapshot, she kind of looked at it kind of funny, and she looks at me and she goes, she's like this, hands it to me. Here, you go and tell me how it looks. And I'm like, why in the hell are you even here? Why? This is supposed to be a fun experience for fans. Danielle was fine. I had no problem with her. It was her husband, and then it was her friend that seemed like, the friend, I don't think she was having a good time at all, but hey, it is what it is. But I've heard things too of Danielle Harris because Danielle did have like a stalker back in the day years ago. But it's one of those things. I know Danielle had herself had talked about it, about meeting fans, and there was a guy that was at a convention. It was a fan that he wanted to do a selfie, and he wanted the selfie where she was gonna sit on his lap, and she says no, and I'm like, yeah, he would never let go of you. And I thought that was kind of weird because that was kind of odd. I mean, you're gonna have this female actress sit on your lap while there's a selfie done. That's ridiculous. What kind of a fan does that anyway? You hear about fans. Celebrities being stalked, like Sonya Deville. She was stalked by a crazed fan. If you guys know who Sonya Deville is, she was a WWE wrestler. I think she got released a couple months back, I believe. But I know she had a crazed fan that was stalking her, and I remember seeing the whole whole thing where she was in the courtroom and then she was describing what was going on, how it led up to that and stuff like that. It was just crazy. I know she has done like wrestling cons too, but I often wonder if it goes into her mind that she would ever get a crazed fan of her like that ever again. You just never know. Some of these fans, you just never know. You do get a couple weird ones out there. I know my buddy when he met the actress that played Kyle in Child's Play 2. The guy that was right behind him was acting really goofy and really silly. How about Catherine Isabel from Ginger Snaps and Freddy vs. Jason? She was also in Mary, Mary, I believe that's what it was called too. I've never met her, but I would definitely meet her for Freddy vs. Jason. Definitely. But going back with, crazed, with weird fans, we've had, I mean, I've had people smell like shit. That was right behind me. This was when I was waiting in line for Nancy Stephens, who was Nurse Marion Chambers in Halloween 1, Halloween 2. Of course, I got my Halloween 2 Blu-ray from the out of print deluxe edition box set. This woman was standing right behind me with her boyfriend. Well, her boyfriend had run some type of consignment store. He was the one with the big Friday the 13th canoe, and he had that sign. And I just got a notification, guys. I got 5% battery life on my phone, so I'm going to have to end this live stream pretty quick here. But to finish my story up, when you go to these conventions, I mean, you're definitely going to smell body odor. That's pretty much the norm about going to these things. But for the most part, they're fun to go to. Most part, some of these celebrities are, nice. I haven't really met one ignorant celebrity yet, but you do get out there. Like Tom Cena was very, very, not so talkative, but hey, that's him, But just remember, you're going for the fun of it. Don't let anybody, ruin your time at a convention. Just go for it, have fun, and that's the way it is. But with further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. Get this thing on the charger, get it freshly charged, and with further ado, this is Oracle signing out. Take care, and see you guys in the next one. I had a blast doing this live stream tonight. It's the longest live stream I've ever done. It's running at 1 hour and 12 minutes. So take care, and have a great rest of your weekend.